Time now for At the Market from Neiman's Family Market in St. Clair. At the Market is brought to you by CTV Community TV for Marine City in St. Clair and Ascension River District Hospital. Now let's join our host for this week's At the Market.
Hello, welcome to another edition of At the Market. Today, our guest is Sheila LaCroix, and I've known Sheila for a while because she happens to own my favorite restaurant for lunch and dinner and my other favorite restaurant for breakfast and lunch. These are the places that I've been going to for a long, long time, and that would be LaCroix's Riverside Inn, or as some people call it, The Slide. And then Drifters, formerly Ackett's, but now it's Drifters Lounge. So, Drifters Restaurant? Is that what?
Drifters Restaurant.
Drifters Restaurant and Lounge. So let's start, because I know this is what everybody is really wondering about. Before we get to your beautiful salads, just tell everybody why it's going to be called a lounge.
Right now, we got approved for our liquor license. We're actually waiting. We have our first appointment with them in the first week of August. So we're progressing with the liquor license, so we're excited about that.
That's wonderful. Tell us what you've already done to Drifters to make it different and new.
We've done a lot of renovations. We're trying to do it without closing so everybody can keep their jobs. We're going to, actually the next couple of weeks, we're going to proceed with some more work in the bar area and the floors and the booths and tables. So,
well, it looks beautiful. I've been in there several times, and of course I've watched the progress. And every time I go in, I'm surprised again at how different you've made a simple footprint look. Every single time it's really different. So is the menu going to change at all when you are providing alcohol?
Yep, in a couple weeks we're getting ready to change our menu over. We're working with our cooks right now and some of the people in the back to help us with that. So we'll definitely change our menu, the breakfast and lunch and the dinner menu. So.
Oh really? So what will we be getting for dinner there?
It's kind of on the down low right now because we don't want to, we're working on it.
It's a secret. I like that too.
We do have some things in the works.
Good, good. Are you going to do anything with seating outside?
We plan on putting them for outside seating as soon as we get the liquor license, and that's our main goal right now is for the inside. So.
That sounds really fun. Are you going to have any entertainment or
live entertainment?
Really, live entertainment too. Oh, that is really going to be a different kind of place. Are the hours going to change once you have a liquor license?
We will be staying open later. Our menu, our kitchen will be staying open later. Sundays will be open a little bit later. Right now, Sunday and Monday, we do close at 3 o'clock. We're trying to get our work done in those times, so that's why we're considering staying closed on those days. So,
are you tired?
I think it's catching up with me once in a while.
I would guess so, because
there's two of us, so that's a good thing.
You've not been in the restaurant business as an owner your whole life.
No.
It's still pretty new for you, isn't it? Explain how you got to be in this business.
Well, I started, I've been at Riverside for 22 years working with my dad. I hate this part.
I remember.
So he passed 6 years ago, and my sister and I actually took the bar over, and we were actually owners now. It'll be almost 5 years.
I bet he'd be tickled to death
so.
at what you've done.
Yeah.
I go there lots of times, and there's no place to sit because everybody really enjoys going there. It's my favorite place for a cheeseburger.
Cool, thank you.
That's what I go there and get. But I know what else people go there for, and that is, everybody says that ribeye steak is the best steak you can get.
We sell probably as many steaks as we do fish now, and it's awesome.
Really?
So,
see, I don't think people expect that when you pull in there. If you're not used to going to the restaurant, you're expecting just bar food. You're not expecting an expanded menu, which everything is always just
we do have a website
delicious.
for LaCroix's. We're working on Drifters' website right now, so you can go on LaCroix's Riverside.
That seems to be. So what made you decide then to expand after you owned LaCroix's to actually, you know how much work it is. What made you decide to go and do a whole other one?
It started out as a joke because Grant Atkins came into the pub and he was talking to my sister, and it kind of got that way. And it just kind of kept going. So we thought, well, we're in for it. So
that's wonderful.
The St. Clair Inn's opening, so we figured if we were going to think about it, now's the time.
Oh, I think that's probably
it's
true.
a good thing. So
I would guess people are going to be traveling over.
Yeah. So I think it's good. So competition's good. We're trying to do like breakfast. We don't do breakfast at the pub, so we're trying to do different things over there that we do at Drifters. So
yeah, it's our usual place for after church. We drift over there often, and we bump into all the people from churches that are going there on Sundays. And there's just so many other things coming up. I'm sure that you're looking at how to expand and really enjoy all of those things that we do in downtown St.
There's
Clair.
a lot coming down.
There
town
is.
St. Clair.
There is
a lot more we've been involved with since we've been in the courtyard, down by the courtyard, than we are on the other side, because sometimes we didn't realize, you know, we're not in the loop, so.
You weren't necessarily like you were downtown. Now you're downtown.
Yep.
Absolutely. So what did you bring to cook today?
We brought a steak salad from Drifters, and we brought a Cobb salad from LaCroix's. So the Cobb salad has the crumbled bacon, and it has turkey and ham.
Why do they call it a Cobb salad?
It's kind of like a club salad. I really don't know, but it has the 3 different meats on it. So we have that, and then the steak salad. I can start this?
Sure.
Okay.
So what kind of steak is that?
This is a tip steak. There's 6-ounce tip steak.
So is it pretty tender?
Yes, very tender. And then we'll cook this up.
And you're cooking it in butter?
Just a tiny bit of real butter.
Real butter. That's right. We only like real butter.
So
real butter and bacon. It doesn't get any better than this.
I know, right? Who doesn't like bacon?
Well, you're getting the salad too. So you can eat bacon and
kind of weighs out the
butter steak if you're eating it on a salad.
Yeah, so
that looks good. So you don't cook it through a whole lot. You just
no. We cook it per order. So it's cooked when we do order. So yeah.
And is this
go for a minute?
One of the newer things that you're doing at Drifters?
This is actually on the older menu, but this is one of the things we're gonna keep.
It must be one of the popular things.
Working with our cooks on what we should or should not delete.
Well, they probably know by what's been ordered and
Yep.
the kind of things. But you've been in the business long enough to kind of know what people really like and what they enjoy.
And then our cook, Steve's been with us at Drifters for 13 years, I think he's been with Ackett's. So, and then our cooks.
I saw a lot of the people there.
So.
You kept a lot of the employees, and it's nice to go in there and see the old faces that everybody knew, and they were such a good group of people.
That was our goal, is to not buy it for them, but to keep their jobs. So that was a good thing.
That's the benefit of working in a local business in a little town, and that's, you know, as the Chamber of Commerce, that's why we encourage people to make sure that they're going to these local businesses.
You guys are good at what you do, and we appreciate that for keeping us on our toes, and you know me.
Yeah, I do know. You're really good. I can mention she's on the board of the Chamber, so she's really thrown her hat in the ring, because there's a lot once you're on the board of the Chamber. A lot of things to know, and a lot of things that you participate in. And a lot of people in town don't know.
We try to be involved. I think that a lot of people, I think as a small community, most of us are involved a lot, and I think it's important, like when things aren't so right, that we all make it that way.
That's exactly right. So that's the point. That's why you go to local businesses and local restaurants, and it's also just fun. I never go to those places that I don't run into people I know, and it becomes not just going out to eat, it becomes a real outing. And that is true when you go to Riverside and when you go to Drifters. There's always people that you know that are there.
Thank you.
So it's a real social occasion.
We like it. We decided to become morning people. We're usually late night, you know, the bar, that, so.
I've never been in there that I haven't seen everybody hustling and working really hard. Restaurant business is a very hard choice, but you, of course, were kind of raised in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's really nice.
I would like to thank our employees at both places. So.
Oh yeah, they're great
employees.
Absolutely, they couldn't be a nicer bunch of people.
So if it wasn't for them, it wouldn't be us, and all of them stayed. You know what I mean? They have choices. A few of them aren't, but that's a good thing. So, yeah.
So
I got bacon going there. We got the crumbled bacon will go on the Cobb salad, and the 2 bacon strips will go on.
The 2 bacon strips go on
the steak salad.
The steak. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, now
so we have bacon.
Now you're cooking butter. You're cooking steak in butter and then putting bacon on it. Well, I'll have to go try this.
So
that looks.
But this is one of our popular ones, you know, at each spot. So.
What else? What else? What's the most popular thing people order when they go to Riverside?
I would say our steaks. We sell a lot of nachos. As a sandwich would be a Reuben. A Reuben sandwich is very popular.
Really?
Our burgers, we get our meat from Zimmerman's. We got some half-pound burgers, and then we also have the fourth pound burgers.
That's absolutely.
3rd-pound burgers, I'm sorry.
And they're the loose fill, which makes it really, really good. I prefer a bar burger over any burger that you can get, and that's why I say if I'm going out if my husband comes in and he says, let's go out for a burger, I say, oh, let's go get a burger and a beer, and we'll go to LaCroix's. Absolutely, that is my place.
So that's good.
And
been doing good. We have live entertainment on Saturdays at Riverside. So we got a big weekend coming up, offshore weekend this weekend.
Oh my
So-
gosh. Yeah, you must have to rest up for
Yeah.
offshore weekend.
So
Those bars must be doing just a great job. And you're right there at the front where everybody can see the boats and then stop in. Don't you have a tent outside as well?
we don't, not
You don't?
We haven't the last few years.
Oh, you have. But so people have to go in and get
Yeah.
their stuff. So I imagine a lot of people have to stand as those. It's a fun place to be because those boats are coming in and out, and you can actually see.
Yeah, they actually
the
do
stuff.
them over at the golf courses now. At the golf course now.
But they still
do
have to
the
come out
thing,
the
but they
Pine
still
River
have to
there,
come
right?
out. Yep.
Yeah, that's
river, so.
this
Turn
next
this up a
weekend
little
coming
bit.
up is a pretty exciting weekend, and so you probably plan on working pretty hard.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
around the clock,
yeah, I would bet.
so to say.
So what so far has been the favorite food? What have people come in and said at Drifters that they want? Over
I would
and
say
over
right now breakfast, because we don't stay open as late at night for dinner. Right now until we change over a
Right.
little bit. Breakfast is probably the most
Yeah.
that we get.
Plus, you have lots of groups that meet there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We have people that play bridge and some cards on Mondays and
Yep.
some older, so whatever ACUS was doing, we kind of continued to do. So
we still hold
long
our
as they're
twice
there.
monthly breakfast
Networking,
networking meetings
yep.
there, and for good reason. It's always set up real
Yeah.
nice for us. But I often see groups of people. I know lots of people that meet there for
there's a lot
their
of new faces in
and
town.
retirees,
so
things
yep.
like that. Yeah, lots of organizations. Now, can people still rent that front section for special occasions?
We do have, we might have had 10 parties so far, 10, 12 parties so far, and we have a few more coming up.
That makes it
Summer,
really nice
so-
because they've got a good view there, and it's a nice small venue. So if you're looking for a place for 15, 20 people, that's a great place.
We've
for
done a couple baptisms. We did some breakfast buffets, and then we got a couple lunches that we did, and just did an Edison group and another group in September that we're going to do.
Yeah, that works out
fun.
really nice to have a venue
Gives
like
us
that
a
in town.
space that Riverside doesn't, so we thought we would, kind of incorporate that.
I know all about that space in
So-
Riverside. When you have the event, the winter event there,
Yep.
you can sure just see people
Yeah.
packing in.
And it's fun.
Yep.
Smells good.
So have you had trouble getting enough employees? I know that a lot of places are struggling to get employees.
Not
right now.
really. Not
Well,
so
that's
far.
good. So you've
so
got-
far so good.
You've got your
You know,
regular people
so-
that have stayed and that have been very loyal to
Yes.
you. Yeah, that really matters right now
Yeah.
because I've heard some of the people that are putting in new places, they're worried about where they're going to get their employees because the ones that are already working have a great sense of loyalty to the places that they are.
Yeah, once you're comfortable, sometimes that's a good thing too. So
Well, it's more than
But
being
it's
comfortable. It's
comfortable.
liking who they work for and
Yeah.
having a
Thank
sense
you.
of responsibility. I'm sure
we
that-
do appreciate everybody. I wouldn't ask somebody to do something I wouldn't. So that's a good
I
thing.
know. I see you
But,
right there.
Yeah.
I said
So-
the last time I was there, I said I don't know how that girl works that hard.
yeah.
That's
So,
and then
like I said,
and
there's
then
two
I
of
catch
us,
you
so
out
it takes
walking
two
in
of
the
us
morning.
to do. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Every once in a while.
Yeah, I do. And I'm thinking the whole time you must get all kinds of exercise, and yet there you are with all the other exercisers in the plaza in the morning. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I try to keep up on that for my own sake.
Yeah, absolutely, Sheila. I understand.
So I'm going to
totally.
take bacon on here.
All right, make sure you have
going
room.
to this for the center. And
Now, do you
this.
use a special kind of dressing for salads like that, or is it just whatever the person wants?
You'll get your choice of dressing. At Drifters, we make our own Italian and our own ranch. At LaCroix's, we make our own poppy seed dressing and our honey mustard.
So what would you
we do
recommend for a meal like that, for dressings?
Drink plates in the middle.
I would do, grab this out of the way.
Beautiful.
Just that. I'm going to cut this up
That looks good.
there.
Oh, that's
Salad.
pretty.
Better, Peter.
Put this on.
I mean, I know what I usually
Raspberry
like, but I often
vinaigrette
ask.
we have at LaCroix's. That's probably our top
Yeah.
seller. Poppy seeds also good too.
What's nice when you're not getting in a package too, when it's made
Yes.
on site.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks yummy. That's really a quite big meal.
Yeah, it's a pretty good sized salad.
It is.
Take some home. That's off and off.
And that's
Some
one
here,
that
I'm going
Paul's
to
wife would probably let him eat.
Sprinkle some cheese
The
on the
salad.
top of that. 'Cause who doesn't like cheese, right?
Yeah. What's looking better and better?
And then we dice up our ham and our turkey.
When you started at LaCroix's, did you start out in the kitchen or did you start out serving?
I started out serving, and funny you ask. Somebody had called in the kitchen, and it was a Saturday, and I'm like, somebody better just go do burgers or something. So I just said, call a bartender and I'll cook, and that's kind of how I started.
Really?
I never cooked, so I just kind of knew the menu, and it caught right on. So,
So do you like to cook?
I love it.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
wonderful.
I do like it. I do like it. I try to be there if they need us to, you know, between both of us, trying to be there. So these are our salads.
Anything special coming up at LaCroix's other than the boat races this weekend?
We have a couple of entertainments coming up. Can't think of anything right now.
What time does your entertainment start on a Saturday night?
8:30 to 12:30.
So if people want to get there to make sure they can hear the entertainment, they probably should get there a little before 8:30 maybe?
Yeah, probably 7:30.
7:30.
8 o'clock.
Because that's true. A lot of
So-
times you want to go out and you want to hear the entertainment, but by the time you get there, the seats are full.
Yeah.
So to go there at 7:30, get your meal, and then enjoy some libation after while you listen to the music, because it's a very intimate setting too,
Yeah,
which
it's
is
fun.
really nice.
Yeah.
You can have a different kind of musical performance when you've got that nice intimate setting. And anything special coming up at Drifters other than waiting for the
Waiting for our license, and just some work that we're going to continue to do while we're open. I should mention we do have at LaCroix's on August 9th is our annual booze cruise. It's $35 a ticket. It's a Huron lady. They
Oh.
pick us up right across the street at the marina, and they
Yeah.
drop us off there, and that's from 6:30 to 9:30.
How do they get their tickets?
Through the pub. They can come into the pub.
They can come right to LaCroix's and get their
Yep.
tickets, and you get to get on the Huron Lady,
Yep.
and you cruise up the
It's a 3-hour
river.
tour, and then we do
A
all
3-hour
we do
tour.
the food, right?
But you
We-
come back.
We come back. We're not stranded.
And you do the food on the boat.
We do the food. My sister and I actually do the food, and it's a good dinner. We do like chicken from Neiman's actually, or thank yours. And then we do masticholi, or we make up our own menu, and then it's a luau theme. So
That's a terrific
Yep.
idea. So all they have to do is go
last
there
year
and
there
get
was
their
a
tickets.
waiting list. So
Get your tickets now. Is the point? Is go stop in, get your tickets so that you can go on the cruise. And what's the date again?
August 9th
August 9th. That's really fun. And
So-
you go out in the evening.
in the evening.
In the evening. That would be a nice evening out.
6:30 to 9:30. So if you work the next day, we're home early.
That's wonderful. And one last question. When you get your liquor license, is there going to be anything special about the bar, or are you just looking at a full-service bar?
It'll be a full service bar.
Full-service bar.
Yeah. We're hoping to do like Bloody Mary bar on Sundays.
Ooh.
Mimosas.
Yeah.
Maybe like a coffee bar. 'Cause
Oh, that's a cool idea. Very cool idea. I can't wait to see all of this.
Yeah, we're
I
excited.
eat local as often as I can until I figure I have to cook at home. So I'm sure that I will be bumping into you at those places.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sheila. This looks wonderful. Absolutely wonderful.
Awesome.
We'll be right back after this short break.
I'm Dr. Lee Batcheldor, Chief Medical Officer for Ascension River District Hospital. I'm speaking to you on behalf of the hundreds of outstanding physicians, associates, and volunteers who provide personalized, compassionate, high-quality health care at our beautiful hospital on South River Road. We've been proudly serving this community for more than 50 years. Even more important, we plan to continue serving this community for a long time to come. Always remember that we are here when you need us, 24 hours a day, right here, right now, today, and in the future.
Hi, welcome back. And now we have the pleasure of a conversation between Paul Dingaman and Pat O'Connor.
Hi, folks.
My favorite person in the whole world to talk to.
It's mutual.
He always makes me laugh. And by the way, happy birthday.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. As Elvis would say, thank you very much. We've got a bunch of wonderful stuff
We do.
coming to the city of St. Clair. Before we start talking about that, and to the Marine City area too.
Yes.
Let's talk about last week when we had 3 or 4 things that were really unique and spectacular.
You have to almost remind me of them, because once one is over, I'm so busy planning the next one that I have trouble keeping them all in mind. But the Thursday night was the Lolito Foundation
Right.
had their Party in the Park, and this is their 2nd year for Party in the Park, and it's such a cool event because it's to really raise money for such a good cause. A lot of people who aren't parents don't understand how much it costs for parents to keep their children in activities from September until June. Not
That's
only
right.
do you have to buy all the equipment, but you have to pay to play in almost every school district I know of now. And for a lot of children, they just simply can't do that, and that's not fair. In a public school setting, we want to make sure every kid gets to do all the things that all the other kids get to do. Tim Lolito, who graduated from St. Clair High School, started a foundation almost early on in his career as an NFL football player because he knew what that had done for him. Well, obviously he got to be an NFL football player.
Right.
Not that every kid gets to do that, but every kid is, you know, because our children were in athletics together, to have that whole community rally around and cheer you on, and then to have the commitment and the care of a good coach is very, very important. So he helps those children afford that, all children. So that was terrific.
Austin, comment down a little bit. You're talking too much. I can hear you. It's bothering me. Okay, thanks.
So the other event that night was you know more about it than I do, but the Little League parade, because I wasn't there for it, but I saw them setting up for it.
The St. Clair Little League applied for the rights to get the state championship for
which is
baseball.
amazing.
It's amazing. This is their third one in the last couple of years, but this one was the best one. They had 19 teams of young boys from all over the state of Michigan, and they brought them in Thursday night. They had a parade from our normal parade route in front of the mall, and then they went across into the park, and they had a sit-down dinner with Big River Barbecue for 660 people.
Oh my gosh.
And while they were sitting there, one of the
gosh.
most spectacular things of the Blue Water area happened. The American Integrity, a 1,000-footer, came down and saluted them right in front of them all as they were eating.
I've got goosebumps.
It was beautiful. It was really beautiful. And I also want to say that coming up next weekend, the weekend of August 4th and 5th, it's Maritime Days in Marine City. And they'll have a big parade. They've got a car show. They've just got, and that's a real family fun thing too.
It is, and it's real important for us to remember that as a waterfront community, we need to support the other waterfront communities. Because for our town to grow and prosper and to continue having events like this and to draw people in from all over the state and outside of the state and Canada, we need to be supportive of each other. And so we have as our chamber has a real strong connection with the Marine City Chamber and the Port Huron Chamber and the Richmond Chamber, because they're our 32-mile road friends.
Yep.
And we support each other's activities because we think it's absolutely vital for all of our prosperity and quality of life. And there is no reason, if you live in this area, to ever be bored, because there's something all the time.
That's right.
You mentioned the other things. Last weekend, Vern Cummings, who puts on the annual car show, had like the most perfect day ever. And there were 360 cars. They were turning them away. Then they lined the street with those cars, and they were going into both ends of the plaza. And he had just a perfect day. Blue skies, blue water, a sailboat regatta, and it just went perfectly.
I saw Vern this week, and he had a big smile on his face. Went all the way around his head. The big smile was so big. But he said, it's going to be bigger next year, Paul. I said, where are you going to put them? He said, we're going to learn how to park them.
That's exactly right. We saw a lot of that, but nobody wants to be the one to say, yeah, I can park it better. But that's true. He can get more cars in there, and there was certainly a demand for that. People love, my husband has old cars, so we've gone to all of them. This is the best venue to have a car show. Because it's beautiful. It's just a beautiful setting.
Coming up here at the market next week, we've got the Ascension River District Hospital, and you're going to host, and they're get a good thing. Then Big River Barbecue is coming up, Murphy Inn, and the new Simply Fresh Cafe. The following week, August 13th, and our final week here at Neiman's will feature the Inn Kitchen and the Schoolhouse Grill. So lots of great things.
It is, and you know what? You're going to have trouble filling this, having room for people before long, because we're getting so many new things in. In the St. Clair, Marine City, Port Huron area. There's new places opening up all the time.
You've got a bunch of stuff coming up.
I have to write them down. There's so many. The next big thing that's coming up is Saturday, August 18th, and it's free. I always love to say that it's free. We're having our third St. Clair Jazz Festival. Now, this is actually a city event.
With Alexander Zonchek.
It is. Alexander Zonchek's going to be there, and he's got a great lineup. I'll talk a little bit more about the next time I come on, but the lineup is fabulous. To be able to come here and see that kind and level of music for free is just quite remarkable. And we drew a lot of people into the city last year. It's just a pleasant, beautiful day. We're going to have food down there. We will have local barbecuers, gourmet hot dogs, Pizza Hut's going to be there with their really great wings, and so you won't have to go very far, but you can, because it's just across the street. You can still walk over and go to all of our local restaurants, and it's done early. It's 9 o'clock. You can go out to have a really nice sit-down dinner after that, but it's free, and that's the most important thing. And then after that, that's August 18th. September 8th, the St. Clair Art Association is having their first ever, and they're calling it a gala pop-up. Now, you might be familiar with what this is, Paul. Have you ever heard of the En Blanc? That's French.
Yeah.
For in white. And they are having these all over. Started maybe in Paris, I think. They have them in New York City, Toronto. Sarnia even has one. And everybody shows up dressed in white, and they bring their table, their chairs, their food to a pristine area. They set it up. The organizers bring in fabulous music, and then you eat and you celebrate being a patron of the arts, and then you get to dance.
I'm ready. I got
music.
white napkins.
Well, we're doing it, not we're, I am in the Art Association, but they actually have planned it a little less strict. They're going to be allowing us to have black and white table settings and wear black and white. So I know you have black and white. But that's a really cool event. You can go to the St. Clair Art Association for your tickets. You can also go on the I don't remember. I will never remember what their website is, but you can just go to the St. Clair Art Association and they'll get you your tickets. Okay. But you are a patron of the arts that night, and I hear local restaurants and hopefully Neiman's will be putting together little box dinners so that you can pick your picnic dinner up and bring it with you. So it's a brand new, first time ever. You don't want to be missing it. Right. The next one after that is Whistles on the Water. That's September 29th. And again, if you've never been to Whistles on the Water, you may have heard it and wondered what it was. Whistles on the Water is a very unique event here in St. Clair, as all of our events are really particularly unique. Dan Lockwood has a lot to do with this, and he was just talking to us earlier, and he said on that day they're going to have the Columbia, which is an old whale back boat. And of course, he said it's made up in Lake Superior, and Paul and I both said, well, there's no whales in Lake Superior.
That's right, just small ones.
Right, so apparently this has something to do with the style of the boat, but the significance of it is that the most passengers of any passenger ship in the world. I don't know how true that is, but it sounds good. So
well, you come to the Whistles on the Water and you'll find out the true story.
The true story.
We only get bits and pieces of the information.
That's exactly right. And if you're listening, you're hearing that there are events that are suitable for adults. There are some expensive events. There are some free ones like the Jazz Fest and Whistles on the Water. There are others that you have to dig deep in, but they go to a good cause. And so none of these so far that you're listening to are for profit. In fact, even the car show, I think the money that was raised there went to the St. Clair Rec Department.
It did.
So we have so many ways that we can raise money. The last thing before the real holiday season starts is the St. Clair Chamber of Commerce does Halloweekend, and that's being done by Brian Ulatowski of Wellington Financial. He's the board president, and he's taken this on. This will be the second year, and he's making it bigger and better. That is a real family event. That's one where there's a parade, and all the kids, and I think they've included a whole section for dogs this year. And there will be horse-drawn carriage rides in the community. There'll be a lot of community people have stepped up and are contributing donuts and cider and things. And there's even, now I'm going to say this very carefully because I know I'm going to get it wrong, but he gets it wrong all the time and then giggles. But it's Saturday night, there's going to be an adult movie shown in the plaza.
Okay.
Now, that adult movie, I think, is The Walking Dead or something like that. But there will be more adult entertainment that evening. That is designed to make one part of that Thursday, Friday, and Saturday before Halloween, which is October 25th through the 27th, more for the adults at that portion. But all of that, a lot of people in the community, the businesses, are contributing to that. So the last thing I want to say is, if you would like to contribute with that local event as a sponsorship, it's a great one for your business or even you personally, because we have sponsorships that range from $100 to $500. And I'm going to give you a phone number. You can stop by and see Brian at Wellington Financial, or you can dial 810-329-5220, and that's a great way to get your name out there as sponsoring a real family event.
Great. Well, as you said at the beginning, there's so much to do, and you can it's your fault if you don't get involved.
That is absolutely true. Nobody should ever be bored.
But we aren't around here.
No.
There comes a nice lady right there. She's never bored.
I don't know, most people are not bored in this town because all you have to do is go to town and watch the freighters.
That's right, that's right. Okay, well, let's say goodbye.
Yes, thank you so much for watching another episode of At the Market, and you'll be tuning in the next time to see Ascension River District Hospital, and we hope you tune in. This is such a fun show.
See ya.
Bye.
You've been watching At the Market from Neiman's Family Market in St. Clair. At the Market is brought to you by Ascension River District Hospital and CTV Community Television for Marine City and St. Clair. Join us again soon for another At the Market.